what I like about Android 12, is that the new because they're trying to catch up to Apple, right? So there's new privacy settings everywhere, and I really like that you can give apps permissions on a case by case basis. So when this voice recorder is saying, "Do you want to access the microphone?" I can just say only this time, so that once I finish this, a couple minutes pass, it no longer can access my microphone unless I want it to again. That's
Is
neat.
that new? I could have sworn that that's just
But I'm
something that must have happened.
permissions has have been you can be allowed, like it's been recent that you can, like, they open up permissions to when you open the app. But now instead of just saying yes permissions or no permissions, it's yes all the time, yes only this time, or no.
Okay.
I think that's neat. There's a lot of I got it's been a while, and probably since, well, not since the last recording. Definitely not, but I don't think I mentioned that I got a new phone. And since it's been years since I upgraded, I am just suddenly being introduced to modern Android and just better phones in general. It's like, oh wow, there's so much to learn.
Well,
Which
between
is same for you.
stupid. That it wasn't even fully off screen that time. That was bullcrap. Anyways, the thing is that obviously even with this technically new phone that I have, uh, there's still a lot that I've been very busy lately. So there is still like a lot I haven't tried. Um, and now that my 3DS is fixed, I didn't necessarily need an extra handheld gaming thing.
My
Um,
recommendation is always you get a new phone, watch some reviews. First thing to do is watch if since it's a mid range phone, most likely my recommended tech YouTubers won't be doing covering it. But I'd still say just watch some decent reviews, and then second is find out what your Android version is, and just watch feature videos to find out what can that version of Android do. Because
okay.
yeah, I'm learning stuff where I'm like, oh wow, I can in split screen mode I can get a tiny bit of picture space if I do this. It's like, yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Stuff like that.
Well, I mean, I do appreciate the ease at which these kind of things are possible. I guess it's really just a matter of getting used to actually caring. I guess that's a way to put it.
Yeah, because when you have an old phone, like there's nothing special, so there's no reason to be interested in that piece of technology because it's like there's just been a big boon in we basically got to grow up and see the whole mid-range phones getting really good phenomena. So we went from this phone is okay to this is a really good phone. And so it's new to be like just considering this quote unquote cheap phone, but oh, it actually has a lot of interesting features to it.
Well, um, uh, outside of the fact that you could just say, hey, the phone that I've got is okay for my needs. You never really, I mean, technically it is, but in terms of my wants, it's really a difference of what's possible versus what isn't, and how I'm considering that. And the fact that even just the base thing that I can think of right now is really just games and not much else.
Yeah,
It probably just shows how limited that is.
I mean, and I think that's the thing. Once you get, and maybe once you go out and start taking some pictures, you'll start caring about the camera because that's
Oh
really
yeah, I
it.
haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, and I don't know if because I know your old phone is garbage, and I'm pretty sure your new phone. I don't know if it does 4K, But once you're able to go on your phone and make videos above 720p, it really is noticeable. Like, oh wow, videos look really good, especially on the small screen. Like, if your phone has a good screen, it's. I mean, obviously, if something about your phone is good, it's good. But yeah, there's a lot of things that you're probably. And they're probably like so subtle that you don't even notice them. But once you go to an older phone, you'd be like, oh wow. Like, I spent, say, 6 years perfectly fine with my old phone. After about a month of using this new one, I go back to the old one. Oh wow, my screen is not bright at all. It is so dim. I'm squinting. Was I squinting for years and I didn't even notice? That's the stuff like that.
Okay. Um, it really is though. That I guess it's like because I have a smart TV now. And obviously because I don't watch normal cable anymore, it's barely used until I hook up my stuff to it, which I'm getting to. It's just low on my priority list since I'm just focusing on computer games for right now. But at the same time, Crash 4 is just sitting there, and and I'm feeling kind of like I really should get to that in some capacity soon. Uh, so, but me doing all of this and just ac- trying to acclimate to, oh, I have technology that I can use is much harder than you think, and I know part of it is due to my mental state as it is right now, um, with just the effort going into it. And I'm sure even before things got this bad, um, people, I still thought like setting up the the Elgato was a hassle because I couldn't just keep it as it is. I'd always have to unplug it every time I'm done with it and then move it. But now I don't. So I really just need to just do it once and get on with it.
Yeah, pretty much. There's a lot of little, as in, there's a lot of little things that you kind of just realize are mundane now, but you don't realize how useful they are when you don't have it. That's why I keep saying you need to get Bluetooth earphones. They're very, and I need to replace mine because it's getting to the age where I need to replace mine. But they're very useful. Having a portable keyboard is very useful. There's a lot of tech things, little techie tech stuff. That's the thing. Just finding convenience devices is actually a lot more useful than people realize. Because something as simple as a USB splitter for your PC, it's probably the most important device I own. Is the USB splitter for my computer. Because my life would unironically be very different if I didn't have it. Since right now my computer needs both a portable mouse and a portable keyboard because it's getting old. And so I would have no means to use it while also having any USB devices plugged in. Unless I were. I mean, I could now, but it's definitely not easier.
Well, you could at least well, giving
Yeah.
stuff individual rankings isn't necessarily something you can easily do. But I could at least say that when the USB splitter that you gave me, I've just been using it just willy nilly. It's just been perfectly
You're
fine.
gonna have to talk for like 3 minutes. I need to go outside and look at something.
So, um, well, oh, and that just reminds me, I completely forgot. Currently, the state of play is happening, so you can understand how recent, or really not recent, it is. And of course, like PC Spider-Man is apparently going to come out, and I'm just going to have to live in a world where, like, oh my gosh, I finally can just get Spider-Man on my own, and play it on my own, and not have to go over somebody else's house anytime I need to get a glimpse of it. And then it just reopened the world of PC ports to me. All this stuff that's just out. That you could say, hey, this is coming to PC eventually. Now that's actually something that I would just wait for. Like, well, I technically have been doing that for a while, just unconsciously with the Kingdom Hearts thing, because I'm not even going to entertain that cloud service idea. That's stupid and stupid. But I still don't have Kingdom Hearts 3, and I spoiled myself a little bit by going to DB Geek's little playthrough just to get a little taste, and it just reinforced, man, I want this game. I want it so bad. And I just want them to port it over normally. Please. Like, maybe I should, like, check out what the cloud are the cloud versions actually out? I don't know. The point is that I just want a normal PC version. I've wanted it for so long. They started coming out with 2.8 and the other stuff. And even like Melody of Memory. That's just a thing that I never even conceived getting. Until they're like, oh, well, we have this now. But guess what? Kingdom Hearts 3 is kind of needed for it. And then you see the world we live in, where there is a trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm not going to go back into that little conversation of technology moving way too fast kind of thing. But damn, does it feel like it sometimes. I mean, considering we're playing a game about technology technically moving too fast to the point where there are mavericks, yada yada. But what I mean, obviously, is that it comes back to the idea that I forget who coined it, honestly, but somebody said that it is very common for any technology that comes out after you're 35 is going to seem way too alien for you. And it's like, that's 10 years. Sure, that sounds like a lot, but considering I've been wallowing for about 5 years, technically, it seems to go by unless things change. But let's not make this about me again, even though I am the one who started this conversation. But between waiting for other things to get ports, or rather, for things to finally be accessible to me in some way, because now that I actually have a computer that can run it, because even, as you know, even the computer that I had before this was another mid computer, due to a lack of proper communication as to what my specs, my desired specs were. That was kind of a problem. Then again, I probably wouldn't have had a terabyte of space, and that's kind of saved me a lot. So maybe that was better for the time. I don't know. I'm getting off topic, and I know you're not going to help me get back on it. So, wait, have we talked about Megaman at all this entire time? I don't think we have, because we're back at Sigma and he's doing his Sigma mail thing.
Yeah,
So
Sigma mail stuff.
And we just haven't talked about it at all. I mean, if we're going to think about it, this is the... Let's see, Megaman Extreme, and then... Oh yeah, because we didn't fight Sigma as well. So I guess this is the second time we're doing this.
I have unfortunate news.
And that is?
I ran off to do something important for a few minutes, right?
Yes.
And then I came back, and I was going because I wanted to come back quickly.
Uh huh.
Clearly, I was coming back too quickly because now I
Because,
am hot and I can't turn on the fan because we are recording.
well, how many? We have 8 minutes. So provided you can't die in the next 8 minutes,
And
I'm sure you'll be
also,
fine.
the person who called me, I called them back to say what's going on, and they didn't pick up, which means they could call back at any moment.
Oh, that's just wonderful.
Yeah, that's lovely. But in the meantime, another thing I wanted to talk about other than cell phones is Sonic.
Ah, yes. Sonic of the Wild.
Yeah, I don't remember what I wanted to say.
You just brought it up
Yeah,
yourself.
we were talking about it before the part started. I think I said
Yes.
because I said reactions seem to be mixed, and yeah, people said, "Oh yeah, you can take the lessons of Breath of the Wild, while still having your own identity. It doesn't have to be in a big open field. It can still feel like its own game."
To be fair, the big open field with the piano thing, technically Sonic did that with Planet Wisp. Um, and that was 2011. But anyways, the thing is that that's assuming that that's the only map we're getting.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's the ace because that's the thing where it's the same thing with Pokemon, whatever, Scarlet and Violet. I'm sure we're getting more environments. We even see more environments, but the environments I've seen so far are just not interesting.
Yeah, and people do talk about how it is weird that the rails are just around. And I'm like, okay, but what's the alternative here?
Wait, are you talking about Kalos?
What? No, I'm still talking about Sonic.
Oh, I was talking. Oh, okay. I was like rails. There are no rails in, but yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, what's the alternative here? Because that sort of indicates that there's something to do over that side, and there seems to be small collectibles that you're getting that will probably lead into something important by
I
doing mini
mean,
challenges in the
the
world.
rails are always are just around, though.
Yeah, but the problem is that when they're just around in a field, they stick out real a lot. But at the same time, what's our alternative?
Yeah, it's either you have the Sonic hallmarks or it's literally like it's not easy. Okay, it's some music from the game. I was wondering. If it's not easy to create a completely integrated overworld with no video game elements whatsoever. Some
Hey,
games do it. Mario, you could argue Mario 64 does it, and you could argue that Super Mario Sunshine failed at it because they literally just had to just make the video gamey stuff be alternate universe mini challenges, so they couldn't just incorporate that into the overworld.
I can get that the aesthetic just doesn't look just looks egregious, and the thing is that somebody said that this looks like a mix of a game, and why did I say that instead of just saying AAA? Whatever. Point is, it looks like that and a fan concept game mixed together,
Yeah,
and
the very last thing I saw on Twitter before I started this part is due to responses, Sega has fired this man. And that's pretty much, yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh God. Oh great. Hiccups. That's just what I needed.
Oh wow, you really have them.
Jeez. I'll just try and ignore them. Sometimes that works. Um so I I could really just say that yes, the aesthetic does look boring, but Mostly it was because it was just an open field with seemingly no other thing to do, and people get on the IGN player's case. But it's like part of the point is the fact that you can't just like walk in and experience stuff, and this kind of and like that's part of the point of the game. I'm assuming based off of the type of design, and it still wasn't that interesting or that packed. And of course, I due to being burned on certain things with a lot of trailers lately, and I distinctly remember the Pokemon Sword and Shield Wild Area trailer
Oh yeah,
and the comments that came from that. Like, nah, dude, it's they're just showing it in the trailers. Obviously, they'll pretty it up. It's like I've only ever
there's been
seen that
a
in
lot.
movies.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed that people still have faith in pretty much any video game company because the past year has been really bad for people having too much faith that things are going to look better from trailers or just believing trailers are too good to be true because Cyberpunk, Battlefield 20XX, the Pokemon games, GTA Remastered, it's just been a complete deluge of, oh, this is actually bad
I
for
mean,
pretty much
considering
every
that the
game.
Sonic,
Like Elden
this
Ring, and that's pretty much it. That's like Elden Ring and Kirby are pretty much the only games that people saw from trailers and then got what they asked for.
Kirby fans stay winning. But it's really just it's sad because like I know it's a main marketing thing, yada yada, but the fact that it's that we are having that excuse of touch ups. And sure, they did that for the Sonic movie, and I'm not even talking about the main character things. Like certain scenes actually truly do look better from the trailers when you get to the actual movie. The movie does change things to look better. Heck,
But yeah,
they
that's
switched around some of the lines because I was like, wow, these lines are standard, and then we get to the actual movie, like, wait a minute, that's not the line they put that's actually better.
yeah. Movies they don't play around with stuff like that. The movies do get better from. Well, one thing is movies do get better from trailers, but the second thing, and it's Fast and the Furious that made me realize this. Movies will re-record a line in the movie specifically for the trailer because I'm waiting for movie moment trailer moments in the movie and I say, oh, that was different, that was different, that was different, that was different. Like to the point where there's a point is in one of the Fast and the Furious trailers someone's driving into an airplane in daytime and in the movie it happens at night. Like they change a
Oh, an
lot.
Overwatch 2 change.
Yeah, the movies do like trailers, and trailers don't tell the truth, but not in any way that feels really malicious
I
compared to
just
video
want
games.
I considering Frontiers is coming to PC, I just want to have fun. I just want to have fun with it. Just let me have fun. At least I can have some faith in the writing, at the very least, because I trust Ian Flynn, even with Sega breathing down his back, making sure he doesn't go past their mandates. But still, it's like at least I'll have that. But I just want to have fun. That's the main thing. Even if the rest of the people don't like it due to comparisons that may be arbitrary now or later, it just needs to be a fun game for me, and that's all it. And that's it.
Yeah, I'm still my gaming opinion hasn't changed. I'm still just waiting for No Man's Sky to come out on Switch. I hope it's good. I'm waiting for anything from Scarlet and Violet to look interesting because right now I'm still not back on the Pokemon train, but I do think, okay, I will buy one game this year, and I want to find out if it's going to be Scarlet and Violet or Legends Arceus. It's not going to be both. So I'm just waiting for something from Scarlet and Violet to wow me so that I can say, yes, I'll get that. And if not, I'll just get Legends Arceus at like a discount or something and just continue playing other stuff.